What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Footy with an Edge. Man United have crashed out of the FA Cup in the third round, and guys, I'm all for positivity, but that was a horrendous performance. Let's be honest. The players look clueless. I feel bad for Darren Fletcher, honestly, because what is he supposed to do, right? Like it's the four at the back wasn't going to win us the game. Three at the back wasn't going to win us the game. We're just in a shit position right now, right? We're just in a position where this is what we can expect moving forward for the rest of the season. So what I want us to do collectively as a fan base is lower our expectations way down. Like I'm saying way down. You see my hands here going below the camera. We need to lower our expectations, and that's how you can actually get through the season, because I don't want to sit here hate watching my own team, because that's not the type of energy I want in my life personally. But if you guys want to do it, I can't stop you from doing it. But my point is, we can't we need better players. We needed that under Amarim. We still need it now. And all the players that we thought the squad was good enough, right? Like I would actually be genuinely curious to speak to Nelson today and hear his thoughts on this. Like, do we still feel like the squad is good enough to get top four? Is the question, because we had the players there. Like, don't tell me Mbumo and Ahmad is the reason we lost that game, right? ZTK13 says, take some of my savings from not buying the Sony Live subscription. Yeah. Thank you, ZTK. Appreciate the super chat. But listen, this is where we are as a team, and this is what we can expect to see moving forward. And if you guys are feeling any other way, then I have a Nigerian prince who wants to reach out to you and ask for some money, right? Because he'll make you rich eventually. He'll pay you back, I promise. Arlo Sunny says, I'm just apathetic at this point. Suave93 says, look at INEOS work. K7 says, United DNA. Yes, brother. Cocaine says, I just spent 77 rupees for that shit. Yep. So where's Amram out sentiment now, or is it Fletcher out now? I hear you, brother. We didn't lower it for Amram, so why lower it for INEOS? Yes, mans. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't lower the standards. The standards should be the same. The funny thing is that like Amarim could have lost that game today if the players played the same way, and we would have all been here asking for him to get sacked. So listen, we're in the position that we are. We just have to take the L because we support this fan base, we support this team, and this is this is what we got to live with. Let's see, Ed, brother, give us some of that Bosnian positivity, bro.
After today?
Yeah.
I mean, if this doesn't prove, we have one fucking player on our squad, one world-class player, and the rest are supporting cast.
Yeah.
I don't know what, and our world-class player is 30 years old, right? And
31.
Same guy that people were saying Bruno out. He was fucking everywhere. He was the one chasing back. He was the one defending. He was the one passing. This can't. This is Ole Ball at its finest too. By the way, this is exactly how it would be with Ole. If this is what people want to see, then go ahead and get some season tickets. Dallo, I can't defend him anymore. Shocking performance. I said either you get 50% good Dallo or 50% bad Dallo. Today was 100% bad Dallo.
Yeah.
Professional footballer, by the way. Somehow. Yeah. Dorgu needs a rest. They're overplaying Dorgu, and today is evident. The kid was tired. He works really hard.
But isn't it crazy though that he's our best player now? Like other than Bruno?
It's not crazy because everybody else is so fucking poor.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. Like it's crazy to me that he's now our best player. Like, and we were begging for Dorgu to be sold just like 8 weeks ago.
Exactly. And now we don't know what we want.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what Glinio's. If Wilcox doesn't get sacked by the end of tomorrow, it's actually over. It's actually over for everybody. If he gets sacked and we continue losing, it does. To me, I'll still take that because this is his doing, and he needs to have his head on a fucking stake somewhere. And that's it. Because there's zero performance there. We did not put in a performance.
Yeah.
This club cannot continue to do this under this management. Bring somebody in that gives a shit about how we play. That's all I want. Gives a shit about how we play and not how we're not going to go bankrupt, because this is what they're going towards. Everybody we buy depreciates in value because we play such a fucking terrible brand of football, and their price goes down.
Well, also you look at Cunha, right? I'm really disappointed with Cunha, man. This is the Cunha still thinks he's at Wolves, right? That's the problem because you're a Brazil international, brother. Like, okay, we didn't play Casemiro today. This wasn't our perfect starting 11, but neither was Brighton's, right? Brighton has Donny's like Gruda doing really well. He's a 21-year-old right winger from Germany, right? So he was man of the match for goal and assist, and Welbeck also scored again. So I hear you, man. I think we have one world class player. The squad isn't constructed well yet. We're really far away from the squad being better. And we pointed to some of the same things under the previous manager. But obviously, listen, you can't sack 11 players or 23 players or whatever. You have to sack the manager. So here we are. And now till the end of the season, personally, I'm looking at this as my expectations are on the floor. If we win games, it's going to be a surprise. If we lose games, it's going to be the expectation, right? That's where we are.
And somebody says, Andy, what's the news about Luis Enrique? Brother, Jesus Christ couldn't come in here and save this team. What are we talking about? We need 5 new players.
Unless you're talking about a midfielder named Luis Enrique, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no chance this can continue. There's no chance. And I put all this on the fucking Glazers and Glinios. Fletcher is not ready for the Premier League. Proven today, Herzler outmanaged him, right? Set up his team perfectly with less quality players and got the fucking job done. It is no more excuses for them. I cannot even listen. For me, Kobe Mainu was decent. That's exactly what Fletch wanted him to do. That's what we would have also got from Elliot Anderson if we had Elliot Anderson. The same exact thing. He didn't lose the ball once. He tried to control the tempo. He tried to do everything, but the players were lost. Mason Mount cannot play as a wide player.
Yeah.
He cannot. We if it was anybody there that had any sort of pace with those balls that we played to him at the beginning.
I agree. That's the biggest note I made today. There was in the 54th minute, I believe, we were on the counterattack. Bruno turned around and he saw Mount's face and he just turned the other way.
Exactly. They don't give a shit because they know he's not going to get to the fucking ball.
Yeah.
When the ball is on the opposite side of the pitch, they don't even worry about the big switch because they know if they switch it to Mount, he's not getting to it.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. We need 5 new players that can come in, start instantly. We need a new fullback. Hey, that second goal, Lenny Yoro, he fucking fell asleep. Does the brother know he's a defender? You got Danny Welbeck running in behind you, jogging. It was 2 passes they scored. The fucking guy doesn't read the game.
He's not aggressive enough, bro. He waits for the game to happen and then reacts to it instead of being proactive.
He's the center back Juan Bissaka right now. He has way more quality than that. He's more into tackling you from behind and doing all that. He cannot start, right? And you know what? We're lucky we played a Premier League team, so it doesn't seem as bad, because if we would have played one of those championship sides, we would have lost to them too today.
Yeah.
It would have been no different because the effort was zero. There was 1 player to put 2 players to put in effort, and it was Bruno.
No, Ed, I disagree. The effort was there. The quality was not there. The quality was horrendous. I thought they tried, but I don't know what they were trying.
Brother, effort can't be there when every time they got into our midfield, their players were already behind our midfielders. And our center backs are backtracking. It just can't happen. But
that's what I'm saying, though. Like today, what I saw was we had 8 players lined up at the D line. Every time they got the ball, like scared shitless, instead of actually stepping out and going to the players, right? Because you're talking about the build-up phase where they actually get to the transition phase when they move the ball to our side of the pitch. They didn't have any explosive pace today in behind. We had Danny Welbeck outrunning these guys, so it was more about the quality not being there from the center backs. And also the quality not being there in terms of actually stepping out. They look scared shitless. That's what I thought.
Nobody wanted to step. Nobody wanted to step, and we were already beat at that point. And you have 4 of our players in a box, and one of their players dribbling towards their goal, and they're just the center backs are backtracking, and the defenders can't catch up to the guy. It's awful. And the low, that was a 1.0 performance that he should not play on the pitch. We should change our formation just so the low doesn't play. Plain and simple. Fuck that guy. Listen, I'm all about backing the players, but with a performance like that, impossible to back him at that point. I don't blame nobody but Glinios and the low today, and that's it for me. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck
Cool.
Glinios. Fuck Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Fuck the Glazers.
Yeah.
United.
Yeah. Let's go, man. All right, let's hear from Nelson. Bro, what are we saying? Tell me about your boy Shea Lacey. It's any positive that Nelson tries to bring into the show, the club and the players are hell-bent on proving him wrong. Like, you were so excited about Shea Lacey. Bro, I was too. I saw so many things he did well today because Mount was so bad on that right-hand side. Dude, and then Shea Lacey gets himself sent off.
If you look at the stats, I hate looking at stats, but let's just discuss the stats. Mount had 23 touches. Shea Lacey had 16. Mount played 62 minutes.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And the fact that Shea Lacey got red carded. So if he finished the whole game, Shea Lacey would have had more touches than Mount.
Yeah.
He brought with exactly what Ed said. Everything Ed said, I fully agree with. Like,
he brought us pace in behind. He brought us some dribbling threat. Brighton were actually worried down that left-hand side, which is their left-hand side, which is our right, which is also where Euro was playing. So I think if we have Shea Lacey starting that game, or the profile of player like Shea Lacey starting that game, we probably have less defending that Euro needs to do in the game as well.
And just in general, man, like, we were so poor. The first half, it looked like we were playing like a 4-4-2 diamond. And then it seems like they realized, oh shit, we're struggling. Went to a flat 4-4-2. That still didn't work. And I was like, okay, just go back to something easy. Just go back to a 4-2-3-1, and then let's see if that works. And even then, Fletcher was trying to show that he's actually good enough. And thank God he failed, because that was really poor. Like, anyone who's watching, that was the worst game I've probably seen. How can we have Brighton has won 7 out of 10 head-to-heads with us? This is nuts. This isn't like a bogey team now. We're worse than them. Every time we face them,
I think the better team we have is a bogey team for them. Like, we're the bogey team.
When we win, it's like, what the hell? That's actually a bad result for them now.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to be honest, we didn't, unlike the last game where we were feeding Sheshko, I felt like we weren't feeding him enough this game. Yeah. We weren't trying. Xerxes had some good touches, but it wasn't good enough. There wasn't any clear identity. Okay, now Cunha, I'm so happy Ahmad and Bouma are back, because Cunha needs to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Cunha's off.
I'm done with that kid. Like, he's gone.
Yeah. I think Cunha was playing like, that's the thing people don't realize, right? Like, we sit here and we talk about Glasner glowingly, we talk about Iraola glowingly, right? I think you've been making this point from the beginning of the season that we look at our players and we really think that they're crap compared to the other players. I think we do the same thing with our coaches, right? Yeah. We sat there and we said Ruben Amorim is so bad. He's the worst coach ever. He couldn't even manage in the championship. And I think now we're getting to see how bad the quality of the players actually are, right? Because like, Cunha is actually like a squad player right now. He's legitimately a squad player that if you're up 2-0 in a game and you want to see it out,
you bring him in.
That ability to get up the pitch, that's it. He's giving you nothing. Like, he looks totally clueless. And I don't even think this is a case of us making him look worse. I think he was looking slightly better under the previous coach, and now he's kind of out of ideas, like just like the rest of the team. And Bruno, by the way, he put an insane load on his body to pause.
I think he was injured, but I think he was properly injured.
He is.
It's clear he shouldn't be playing.
He shouldn't be playing 90 minutes. No. But what happened is Kobe Mainu got the yellow. We were trailing 1-0. He took Kobe off. He didn't want to take Ugarte off because Kobe was the one on the yellow. And in my personal opinion, I think, when did Shea Lacey come on? In the
62nd, yes, something like that. Yeah.
I think he should have brought him on at halftime. Mount was giving us nothing.
Nothing.
And if anything, you put Mount where Bruno is and stop Bruno from getting an injury. Because listen, man, like the most likely outcome in that game was us going out of the FA Cup. So why are we risking another Bruno injury?
True. And it's also because you can tell it's because he wanted this win. He wanted to show that he's good enough to at least be in the interim conversation.
Yeah.
You're out. You're not even like, we shouldn't even be discussing you. That Johnny Evans,
honestly,
of you.
Nelson, is it even a coaching thing though? The players were just horrible today.
No. If you look at the system, the first half, the way he set it up was poor. Because we were vacating the midfield. We had 5 midfielders who didn't play super like consolidated. We weren't compact. We were too open. There were multiple times. What Ed said, there were 2 passes to the goal. 2. And by the time you see, there was so much space between Ugarte, because Ugarte wants to push up. Even as a DM, he wants to push up. So when he does push up, there's no one covering. And to me, it was
Toby,
too
right?
disjointed.
Toby and Ugarte both do the same thing.
Yes.
They like to push up to go put the pressure on the ball carrier.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if the team is expecting it, all they need to do is get rid of the ball from the ball carrier, and suddenly you're hanging there with your pants down.
And all it took was like, let's be honest. I know they've created a lot of chances, Brighton, but if you really assess it, it was all individual errors and like rookie stupid mistakes. We saw this shit. Apologies for the story. We saw this stuff during Ten Hag's time. We saw this over and over and over again, where he would attack with so many players that what you said before, there were multiple times they were just lining in the right with their centre backs. No one was coming deep to get the ball. No one. If it wasn't Bruno coming down, the only way we could play is a long switch to a fullback or to an incoming winger. Like this isn't 2 things. We chose the wrong players because we didn't have the width. Mount played poorly.
That part is on Fletcher, by the way.
Yes,
starting Mount on the right-hand side, that's 100% on Fletcher, because Mount used to play in the 10 on the left or the right, but that was a narrow, like inside forward, inside midfielder type of position. Yeah. Whereas now playing him on the right-hand side, we don't get any. Ed says Dallo should be working at Nando's. Yeah, he probably slips and throws the food over at the ceiling.
Nando's is actually elite. I don't want him there. He can. I actually like Nando's. Yeah. But no, this is to be honest, you can move me on because I'll just keep complaining. This is Fletcher's worst game. This really proves to me Fletcher doesn't have enough, because I don't know if you noticed, all he did was play the most senior players in the game. That's all he did. He didn't think about the structure. He didn't think about how much width Brighton usually play with. Like, yeah, they're very compact. If they played Mitoma that game, we could have gone battered.
We're cooked, yeah.
Yeah, because he plays on the wing where Dallo is.
Yeah.
So we're so lucky that they didn't actually bring in the best player.
But Nelson, this also tracks, right? Because what have we been saying all season? We've been saying, very surprisingly so, Dallo is better going forward. So at the wing back, actually, you take away some of his defensive responsibilities because you have a third center back on his side. Yeah. Whereas now you're seeing at fullback, you expose him defensively and you're not getting the offensive threat he gives you either. Right? Because how many times did he get into the final third and like just the ball gets like, I don't know, like it goes into a sand pit under his feet?
I actually think Dallo's really poor. I don't like him as a wing back. I don't like him as a right back. I think he does
everything. He's even worse as a fullback. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, he's worse as a fullback, but he isn't that good enough as a wing back that I go, yeah, we should keep him for anything. By the way, this should be his last season. I want him gone in the summer. I've seen enough of him to go, this guy is literally nowhere near good enough. I would rather keep Mazraoui, even though he's the oldest statesman. I would rather keep him than Dallo. Yeah. I've seen enough. I saw it multiple seasons. This game has been, the straw that broke the camel's back. This is it. But either way,
I agree with you. Yeah.
No man of the match is this game. I'm done.
All right. Nelson, thanks, man.
See ya.
Yeah, you. Let's bring in Ash. Ash, how are we doing, bro?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what to feel.
Your head's in the stars.
Yeah. That's how I'm seeing stars. So, felt like an appropriate background. Look, Andy, I think this is what a lot of us on this in this community were predicting would happen.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I'm not happy that it's being proven right. That game was everything that we felt would go bad has gone bad. They weren't playing a lot of their first choice players, which is concerning because, as Nelson said, we would have conceded two in the first half, maybe more. The one positive we could have taken, which was Lacey, that red card, I'm telling you, he's going to come out a lot calmer, hopefully, on the other side of it. But yeah, I mean, if anything, I would love to sit down and talk to a lot of Amarim outers and would like to understand what about today convinces them that we will make any progress now that Amarim is gone.
Yeah.
Because
Ash, 1 second. I totally forgot to read Shaylin's super chat. I've had it pinned on the screen, but I forgot to read it. Shaylin, I'm sorry about that. He says massive system issue with Dallo being in so many 1v1 situations. Hope people see why Amram wasn't trying to play Lacey as well. What a joke. I think maybe the hot-headedness is an issue because it wasn't just how he acted. If you saw his face, it was matching the t-shirt, bro.
Yeah.
He was red, right? And like United born and bred, all that I appreciate it, but like he was red. He fully lost his head, right?
Yeah.
And that's I guess a learning opportunity for him. So I'm not going to be too harsh on him. To be honest, I was looking forward to making a video about Lacey saying
I know, dude. That was my positive for the reaction.
Yeah, that was my positive, and then he went and got himself sent off, right? That would be like if Lacey and Dorgu got sent off today, I would just be like, I don't know what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Dorgu was at least like a shining light in so many places.
Yeah. But I mean, look, he's still young. We bought him, I don't know, he was 18 when we bought him. So he is going to need time. He's going to need minutes under his belt to come good. And as it stands, we are not giving him good minutes under his belt. What do you think a performance like that does to him? He has sprinted his heart out for everyone today. He's taken duels on, and at the end of it, we have a loss, a really morale affecting loss. So I don't know, man. It was you, Nelson, who said, it was just the best players, the most senior statesmen in the team on the pitch. There was no plan. There was no progression.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think we are allergic to positive passing, man. Like even when there is a chance to hit a positive pass, they would much rather go back to a defender. They would much rather go sideways. They won't try to stick one forward, Like the goal at Anfield with Bruno assisting Maguire, that was nobody else in that team takes that chance. And that goes exactly back to say that Bruno is the only world-class player we have. And he can't come good every time, especially when he's coming back from an injury.
So, he tried his best today, and I'm actually worried. I would have had more respect for everybody involved if we took Bruno off at the 60th minute, because it's not like leaving him on there is going to make a big difference for us because he's the only guy that's trying, right? And I just feel bad for him. And honestly, like somebody was saying, let's bring Rashford back. Honestly, guys, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Bring Rashford back. Bring Onana back. Bring anybody you want back. Because I'm just hoping the players can do something and get us through this season. Because I don't know what Ollie does in that game that improves on what Fletcher did. Maybe a few things here and there. Maybe he starts Shea Lacey from the beginning. Sure. But that's at best a 2-2, and then we go to penalties and we still lose on penalties, right? Because we know our luck in penalties in big games.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is in this season, if you look at INEOS's track record, because I'm going to be negative from the top of my voice about INEOS. You look at their track record, they failed by giving Ten Hag a new contract when they shouldn't have. Then they sacked Ten Hag midway through the season. They forced a 3-at-the-back coach from Portugal to come coach here by selling him some dreams about how we'll go get you all the players you need. And they didn't do that. So they sacked him. They got Dan Ashworth from Newcastle and they sacked him within 6 months. And now you have a first-time director of football in Jason Wilcox, who signed you Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbumo, who were the two most XG overperformers from last season. You've had a season of AFCON that's hampered us. You've had injuries to Bruno that almost never happens. And we've gone out of 2 competitions out of 3 in the first attempt that we can. If the Premier League was a cup competition, we would have been out of it by now, right? So I'm just saying, like, we're in such a bad place under INEOS. Somehow they have come in and made Glazers look better.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I can't get out of my head, right? Because Ruben Amorim is gone. We're never going to get him back. I think any other coach that comes in, maybe if it was a big name coach that had come in instead of Ruben Amorim, these guys would have a bit more fear about their decision making. But they got rid of him as if he was the only thing holding us back. And at least now we can see that it was not the case. If anything, he was making us look better than we were.
Yeah.
And maybe you can see, try to understand why his frustration was there as much, right? So I'm just trying to explain the point to you guys. And like I said, if you watch the stream today, the watch along today, I was the most positive guy that was there.
Yeah.
Right? The most positive guy throughout. And I can't just fake that. So I'm actually trying to be positive. Because for me, what's the point, right? We can sit here and cry. Just go watch a rom-com with your girlfriend or something, if you really want to cry that much. I think, because I understand it. Like it's like United are becoming like a car crash on the side of the road, Like
you can't take your eyes off it.
What's happening, but you can't take your eyes off it. Yeah. That's where we are as a club. So I don't know what to say. Somebody said
I'll just add one point. It was one of Amorim's earliest interviews with us when he signed on. By the way, we got him in the middle of a season where he was doing excellent with Sporting, and he said he had made it clear he didn't want to be here till the summer where he could actually build up the squad. So we kind of rushed him into taking the job, and then we cut him short anyway. But one of his earliest interviews about the system, he was asked about the system, and he said, when the game is not going your way, the only thing the players can fall back on is the system. And that system gets you to play out of that situation, and then you start building momentum. The system is what has made the difference today. We have the same, more or less the same set of players that he has had the entire season. And the lack of a system has hurt us. So for all the players all the fans, all the ex-players who were saying that, the system is holding us back, he has this rigidity that won't work. Well, I think he did adjust his system a lot to account for how bad the squad is. The overall quality, I don't mean in terms of capability, but just in terms of their ability, they are not good enough. I think there were multiple situations today where Dalot had a clear chance to launch a move, or where he was about to finish off a move to a goal, and he just doesn't have the quality to get that ball to someone.
He doesn't have. I agree with Nelson, by the way, that we've seen enough of Dalot where even if you've seen him be player of the season under Ten Hag's second season, it's gone, right? It's like we can't keep him here because we have the same standard for Rashford, right?
Yeah.
Where he had a good season under Ten Hag and maybe half a good season or another good season under Ollie, but over the duration of his time here, not consistent enough. So yeah, we have to move on. I think Ruben Amorim in this game, if he wins, he scrapes through, right?
Yeah.
No, I think that's the difference. So I'm not even here saying that Ruben Amorim is the best coach. He's not Pep Guardiola. He's not there yet. But the point is that we've gone from bad to worse, right? If you think Ruben Amorim was bad, I'm with you. Like, fair enough, right? Ruben Amorim should have never been hired in the first place. But we've gone from bad to worse under whatever this is. And now, I don't know what Carrick is going to do. I don't know what Ollie's going to do if we get McKenna to come in. That's what I'm saying, right? For me, the only way this season is not a complete write-off is we go get somebody that is actually a full-time manager for the future, right? If you want to get an interim, go get an interim for another month or two, and let's hire the full-time guy before the season ends. Because let's give that guy some time to bed in with the squad and assess the squad. Because in the summer, we might need to sell some of these players, and INEOS wants to sell Bruno, bro. So anyways, Ash, just tell me who the only positive was today. Was there one positive?
I don't want to put a positive on today. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough. I had to try.
If I'm really trying, maybe Dorgu, because I feel like we should credit the fact that he tried to give his 100%.
He always does, and he looks knackered as well. He looks very tired. Ash, I'll keep it moving, bro. Thanks for your thoughts.
No worries.
Yeah. Let's get Roberto in. Roberto, how we doing?
Hey. Not too happy, but I do want to kind of switch it up and talk about some of the positives I saw. Maybe we can kind of switch it up there. As you said, Dorgu, I think always gives 100%. He's starting to really make his mark on the team. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from him. Still obviously some things to work on, but a nice bright light. I know everyone maybe is a little upset that Shea Lacey reacted the way he did, but he just cares. I think we need more players that care, to be honest. He's 18. A lot of young players will get reds early in their career just because they need to learn how to like lose that hot-headedness. So I think
by the way, sorry, I missed the super chat. Aditya Kumar says Ruben was not the problem, he was the solution. It also got a lot of likes in the actual chat. So yeah, Aditya Kumar, I think, listen, a lot of people are feeling like that about Ruben Amorim now. But the problem is kind of like, Amorim is spilt milk at this point. There's no point crying about it. The club made the decision, and now we all have to collectively eat it, so to speak. So yeah, sorry, Roberto, you were saying Dorgu is a positive. It's crazy, right? Because we have a 21-year-old who's being the positive. I remember under previous managers, I think it was one of maybe Ten Hag's last games where Hannibal Mabry came on and he got like a yellow card and people were saying, oh, Mabry's a positive, right? So we keep having this where Shea Lacey and Dorgu look like our best players today outside of Bruno.
Well, Fergie used to say, like you can count, maybe you're not going to get with the youth, they're going to come in and they very rarely let you down because I think it's because they care so much. They usually kind of
also the expectations aren't there, right? Expectations also matter.
Exactly. I'm going to say Šeško as a positive in the sense that we created a lot of opportunities for him. I think that's something we haven't seen maybe as much. He got a lot of shots in. Again, that's the second game in a row where he's getting a lot of shots. He definitely needs to start finishing some of these chances. But he's like a step away, I think. He's usually like just a step behind, and maybe that's just him not being used to getting the service since he's been with us. But still, I saw that as a positive. Other than that, I mean, yeah, it was a tough watch. I think if these two games are anything to go by, I think Fletcher's shown that maybe he's probably not the person to lead us forward. And it's tough on him because, we all are aware of the lack of quality on the squad, but at the same time, like, we need someone that can at least get more out of the team, right? So maybe that's Carrick, maybe that's Ollie. I think it's a lost cause. I think you're right. We should bring an actual manager in, but I wonder if they're going to be kind of like hesitant based off of what happened with Amorim joining halfway in.
No, what's going to happen, Roberto? Well, first of all, if you make a bad decision about something, doesn't mean doing the same thing again is a bad decision.
Right.
That's not how it works. You just need to be decisive and know what you're doing. And so that is the key differentiator for me. What I would say is there's every chance we bring in the interim with the goal of giving him to the rest of the season, and that person also gets sacked. Because we're going to see more of these performances, and I really worry about City and Arsenal because all they need to do, City already played a game against us where they played on the counterattack. They're going to do the same thing again, and the excuse is going to be we were at Old Trafford, etc., whatever. Haaland's going to feast on us on the 17th. I don't even know what that's going to look like. I'm going to be in India a day before traveling to go to a wedding, a friend's wedding. Okay. And I have to watch that game and then get on a flight the next morning. So that's going to be fun for me. But that's where we are as a team. That's kind of what I've been trying to say from the beginning. The reason why I wasn't negative during the watch along is not because I didn't feel bad that we were losing or were going to lose. It's because I knew this was inevitable the moment we sacked him. Right? This was going to happen. And here, Dylan Nunez puts in a super chat. He says, the back four was the solution. The owners have succeeded in making me feel nothing. Under Amorim, we lost, but at least he culled the deadwood, and I was interested. Where the hell do we go from here? I think the last part of what you said there is the important part. Is where do we go from here, right? Because I think the morale of the squad is going to be on the floor. I think a lot of the squad that was unhappy that Ruben Amorim got sacked, they're going to be sitting there wondering what was the plan exactly, because they weren't told that he was getting sacked. They just saw him leave the training ground, right? So Mjascope says, how many hours is the flight? It takes about 24 hours to get to India. In terms
a lot
of
time to mull over over those games that we're gonna have.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do some live streams from the airports that I'm going through. But that's the position we're in. So Roberto, tell me, you have any hope for Man City? Any thoughts of us getting a result? Maybe.
Honestly, I feel like we're going to go to a back five for City and Arsenal. I think they're going to. I think whoever's in charge is going to realize that that back five was kind of masking a lot of our deficiencies. We're again susceptible to that cutback. That's hurting us. So I think we may end up with some sort of a back five, maybe not a 3-4-3, maybe it'll be like a 3-5-2 to like have more people in the midfield. But
More midfielders,
I think we're gonna see, I think we're gonna see that. I think we're gonna see again.
But Mbeumo and Ahmad are probably Mbeumo and Ahmad are probably back for that game. And to be fair, the quality at AFCON was like about the quality we have in our team right now.
Yeah, and I mean Ahmad's on fire, right? So you can't not play him. And I think the only way we get Mbeumo and Ahmad on the same team right now is to play that back five. But yeah, I don't have much. I'm not expecting much from those games other than, you know, I hope we don't lose too badly. Yeah, just morale wise, like it's going to be tough because one of the things I think hurt Amarim was when he came in, we didn't go on a run, and that's why he was always saying like back to back, we're winning. You need to keep up the form of winning. It matters psychologically. And I think because we had such a bad start, it was harder for him to get his point across. And it wasn't until the summer where we really saw the team kind of picking up on his ideas. So I'm worried that, you know, the morale's at an all-time low when a new manager comes in and we're just back to square one. I hope we can get at least a point off of those two games. But I mean, the reality is we're probably not up to it.
If we get one win, I'll be celebrating.
Yeah.
If we get one win out of the two, like 3 points for me is a really good position to be in. But I struggle. I think even 1 point we'd do very well to get a draw in those two games as well. But let's see, man. Roberto, I'll keep it moving, man. Appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah. Take care.
See ya. All right, let's get Ron in. Ron, brother, how we doing?
Good, Andy. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Thoughts on the game?
I mean, I think performances like that are what we're going to expect for the rest of the season. I'm still, you know, incredibly like shocked and disappointed about the Amarim sack. And I was on Sadiq's channel like I think the day it happened, and we were just all in mourning. So for me, I mean, the basically the only thing I really want to touch on is like the future. And kind of the merry-go-round we go back in, because we're right back in the situation we were, or supposedly that people thought we were in when we were in a 3-4-3. We had started building a team for the 3-4-3, and now we're going back to a back four with wide players, and we don't have any wide players. We have an abundance of center backs. We have an abundance of number 10s. We have one good wing back at the time, right? Maybe two if you include Dorgu as he was developing. But we're now back in the exact same problem in general, which is we're going to start blaming the system and player types like people are doing with Mount right now. It's like, well, yeah, Mount's not a right mid. He's not a right wing.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're basically going like, well, we should have played Lacey. It's like, is Lacey this long-term right wing option to play in the Premier League for the rest of the season? Is that what we're going to be doing?
No, I mean we're gonna have Ahmad and Mbeumo back, but I think for this game, Lacey would have given us a bit more than Mason Mount. That's just my 2 cents. I don't think we're winning the game necessarily, because the passes into Lacey are still going to be bad. Did Dallo overlap Mason Mount even once, like in the final third?
Yeah, I mean, well, like the thing with Dallo to me, it's like the fact that we're still having this conversation about him. Like it's been years and years, the same conversation over and over about Dallo. And we're right back in the same cycle where like the fact that we're going to go back to a system like this is going to protect players like Dallo, right? It's going to protect the Casemiros and Maguires. Like I wouldn't be shocked if Maguire gets a contract extension now. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't move Dallo on. And it's like the reason why I'm so disappointed in what we've done is because it felt like we were heading somewhere, right? And the problem that we had as a group, as a fan base, as a club, is the expectations are so high at United that we expect more, and we couldn't handle the dips, the ups and downs. But like a team like Brighton, today's a good example. A team like Brighton, they have a system that they've been playing for about a decade, right? And people talk about like the player quality being, you know, Brighton being a worse team. But it shows you that what a system can bring. It's not about the formation or the shape or whatever. It's about building a squad and the shape to reflect the quality
Yeah.
of the team you have, and we are all over the place, right? In terms of that, and it's just there to me. It's like we're out of the FA Cup, we're out of the Carabao Cup. I do not see us making Europe. I think like Fletcher is gonna get the job for the interim, and it's just gonna be we're gonna end up finishing like 10th, 11th, something like that. And yeah, I mean, to me, the players also, like, it's a minor thing, but like they don't look happy, to be honest. I think like the constant, changes going on right now, we'll call them. Just watching them play, looks like they look more individualistic in what they're doing, which is a problem. We've been down this road. So,
well, that's what somebody else said before you, right? That the system is something to fall back upon when individually it's not working for you. Yeah, I think look, we're gonna be in a position. We're gonna look like a lot like an AFCON team, to be honest. For the rest of the season, I've been watching a lot of AFCON, and those teams rely on winning their individual duels and then some person standing up and delivering. Like Egypt won against Ivory Coast with 21% possession. I think our rest of our season, if we win games, we're lucky to win them if we play like Egypt. But that's the other problem. Like any team that wants to come give us possession, we don't know how to give the ball back and just sit back and counterattack. You know what I'm saying?
that has been an issue for 10 years. Like I think I was on before, and then I was talking about the Everton game. Like that Everton game that people were losing their minds about. We've had a game or two of that every single season.
Yeah.
For the past 10 years. It's not something new. That's not a coaching issue. That's not a system issue. That is a player quality issue. And it's, people can recognize it in the moment in today when they're frustrated after immediately watching a game. But we'll go back. It'll be a week today, and Dalla will be back in the lineup. Nothing's actually changed, etc. And like I think if you listen to what Amarim said, he basically said that to like publicly about Wilcox and the INEOS and whatnot, is like we need new players. Is what he was saying, and they don't want to get and commit to a full rebuild. We're going right back into the same cycle. We're going to keep these players. This frustration is going to keep happening. And it's going to be the same thing. Like people are saying, like, "Oh, we need Luis Enrique," all this stuff. It's like not like the team, the teams that they're talking about, like the way people are saying, like United DNA and the way they want us to play. We need to be on paper to play how people want to be a top 2 team on paper, to have the quality to play, to have the freedom, all of that. We don't have that squad.
Yeah.
And so, we're in the process of building it, but we're just creating more and more problems. Like when Mbumo and Ahmed comes back, where's Mbumo playing?
The crazy thing for me, Rowan, is that we were probably closer to getting back to the top if we just kept the previous coach than we are now.
100% we were. 100%. Like it's the same cycle
sorry, that's not to say that we were very close with Amarim. I'm just saying we were closer than we are now.
Yeah, I mean, well, like people are, look at City, look at Arteta, look at the time given to these managers and the ability to implement their system over time and to buy players for their system. Like how many goalkeepers have Pep bought? Right? Like this, we are so impatient and we want results immediately without having the willingness to go through like poor performances at time. Like it's expected. I don't expect United right now to be challenging for top 4. Like I was genuinely happy with how we were doing because we were performing about where we should be. And if things got a little bit better, we could have snuck into top 4. I have no belief that that's happening anymore. It's gone.
You know what's crazy, Ron? I think there's a direct line between clubs that have successfully done a rebuild and clubs that have kept managers for longer than 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in fact, it's not even to do with the quality of recruitment or anything else. Those are secondary factors. You keep a coach for long enough, automatically all the players you bring in become his players, and it's much easier for that coach to imprint their philosophy onto the team and play in a single way. I was looking at a graphic on social media about in our current squad how many players come from which different managers, and we still have 12 players in the squad that come from Ten Hag. We only have 7 Amarim players. So now the next coach that comes in is going to have 19 players from the previous 2 coaches.
Yeah. Well, there's
right?
like you're 100% right, but there's also like a blurred line there where, in general, good recruitment is just quality players that can fit into different systems. You're always going to have like
Yeah.
some specified players, but like a Delit, for example, is generally a good center back who can play in a back 3, back 4. He's just a good signing, as an example. Obviously, the injury's been tough.
No,
but you're
I
gonna
hear you,
have
but my point is, even more important than focusing on getting recruitment right is having the balls to back a coach for more than 3 years.
100%. I
Right,
mean, like,
that's the point I'm making, because you're right that we do need to get our recruitment right, and I think one of the only improvements under INEOS has probably been our recruitment, because we haven't tried to pay over the odds, we haven't broken our weight structure. I agree with that, but it's like they're trying to, it's like they got into a car accident and they're using a band-aid to repair a cut on their finger, whereas the other arm is just missing, and they're like not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? So
well,
I think that's the problem for me.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. And if you look back even a couple of years ago, like we had Rashford, Garnacho, we had Anthony, we had Sancho. We now have no wide players. We got rid of all of them, went to a system without traditional wide players. We've gone back to a system with traditional wide players, and we're asking 2 number 10s to play as wide players. It's like, imagine being these players. Like, the level of frustration and all this added shit to then try and perform with the level and expectation of performance for Man United. Like, we are doing it to ourselves. So yeah, I just and I think the last point I'll make, and like this is not like an individual manager thing or anything, but people are doing it again where it's like you're seeing ridiculous shit like Fletcher out and all this other crap. You guys, like, managers have such little impact on the game, okay, from someone who's played for a long time, blah blah, coaches, all this stuff. Like, do they make impact? Do they have an impact? Yes. Can they impact the game in changes? Can they impact the game with the starting 11, how they're going to tactically approach a game? Yes. But other than that, it is on the players, always. It is on the player to perform. And like, if you want to talk to anyone who's an elite level athlete, any sport, they will take ownership. They will take responsibility. They will be the person who goes, no, it's on me. I have to show up and perform. I've been given the opportunity.
Yeah.
And so all these people are like, Amarim, Fletcher, this, it's like the coach's job is morale, man management, general team tactics, getting everyone on the same page, finding a system that gets the best out of each individual. That's the job of the manager. We had that for the most part, and we were heading in the right direction. Were there things that Amarin did that I disagreed with? Yeah, I wish Kobe played more.
No, of course
I wish.
So he wasn't faultless, but
no.
This is quite often what happens is people want a fall guy, and Ruben Amorim was just a fall guy, right? But now we're realizing that actually this is worse than even we thought, right? Amorim was actually papering over some cracks that we weren't seeing, because at least we were better with set pieces, right? And now we're not. The set piece coach is gone, so we've got some other issues. But Ron, I'll keep it moving, brother. Thanks for your thoughts, and we'll see you again sometime. Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. Bye.
All right, let's get a little bit of a panel going. We got Ryan here. We got United DNA, and we got Amarim, who's been waiting for a while. Boys, let me just go to the other two folks since they've been waiting for a while. United DNA, you've called in before. I forget your name. Are you in Germany? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I do remember correctly. And what's your name? Sorry.
Arthur.
Arthur. Very nice to speak to you again. I've just got a super chat here. Let me get through it. KR Rhyme says, or maybe Crime, I guess, says, if INEOS want a yes man who won't challenge Wilcox, winning major trophies is unrealistic. No manager succeeds by compromising his values. And we also had a super chat from one Neeraj 9 before. I'm sorry I didn't read it out in time. If Man United fans really care about the club, stop going to matches, stop buying merch, hit where it hurts the Glazers instead of pointless hashtags. I hear you, Neeraj, but also that's not a sustainable solution, right? To just rob the club of any revenue, because they'll still stay here. They'll find other ways to press us. They'll increase the ticket prices. That's not the sustainable way to do it. I think the best way to get the owners out is what they're doing to themselves right now, which is sacking managers, resetting projects, getting their egos hurt, listening to the likes of Gary Neville. So they're already working hard on what you want them to do, right? So maybe that's a positive that we can take. But sorry, Arthur, go ahead. Your thoughts.
Well, first things first, United DNA. You love
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's out of the way. I think, well, where do I start? The system is the only thing that was keeping us from looking like shite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you talk about, earlier, all the previous callers talked about when everything falls apart, you have the system to, fall back on. When we were killing it with Oli, those players were just vibes FC, they just had a framework and they were just doing whatever they wanted, and they got results. But this current batch of players cannot do it. So the system is the only thing that made them look like functional human beings on that field. Now, this fallback system and whatnot, I mean, you can't defend Dalot. The only the first thing is the second thing is the only positive was that we didn't concede more than 2. Everyone on the field had a terrible game.
Yeah.
I mean, Cunha, I don't know why is he trying to, take on 6 players with options, passing options. You have, we didn't pass the ball to Sesko once, cross the ball to Sesko once until Lacey came on.
Well, I think I think Lacey had more right-footed crosses in that game than Dalot did.
Exactly.
Right, and Dallow's a right-footed player. And Lacey played for 28 minutes before he ultimately got sent off. So everything like that was a case of everything that can go wrong did go wrong, and unfortunately, that's the position we find ourselves in. But Arthur, let me just hear from Amarim as well. Here is this Imran from the chat?
Hello everyone. Yeah, this is Amarim.
Are you Imran from the chat, like Imran Salomon?
No. This is my first time calling in. I've always been watching the show.
Okay, got it. Go on, man. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Kay. I'm calling from Toronto.
Okay, very nice. Also, another Toronto brother. Tell me, man, what are your thoughts on the game?
I actually enjoyed the game. Like, I feel like this was bound to happen for everybody to actually understand what has been going on inside the club, because I feel like people don't really watch the press conferences to understand what is happening behind the scenes, because Amorim used to give away some things in his press conferences where he used to say things like he sees these players in training and he knows them firsthand. He knows everybody's limitations and capabilities. So I believe that's why sometimes he plays some players out of position in different positions. For example, some people asking now, okay, what was Mount doing in this game and all that? Then you bring in talk about Dalot. The Dalot case, I feel like he always plays Dalot because there is no better option. But people used to say things like he's playing his cousin and all that. But in training, Dalot runs a lot more. He has that more intensity than the other players. Yes, decision making, yes, he might not be the brightest of the players there, but he does the basics very well. He just maybe the last 10-15% that he usually disappoints overall. So this what we watched today is a case of our players not having that mentality that they believe that they are good enough to walk into any other big team. Everybody is just playing well. Maybe I'm just doing my part. I'm not really interested in anything that, like, for example, you look at Bruno. Bruno just came back from injury. We have only one player that's qualified as a world-class player, which is Bruno. If somebody that came back from an injury played as much as he did, running back and forth, trying to deliver passes forward, trying to defend, doing more than every other person, because he has that elite mentality. But every other person is just there like, okay, I'll just do the bare minimum. That's fine.
Yeah. So for me, I'm with you on almost everything you said except for the Dalot piece, because I think Dalot is a player that tries as much as Bruno does, but his legs and brains have like a few wires missing, like there's a few,
exactly.
the wiring is off. Like, we're we're operating on fiber optic internet,
Mhm.
and he's got the copper wire still. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still on
Yes,
the
yes.
dial-up modem. So I'm just done with Dallo. Like Nelson said, if we need to sell him in the summer. And the
I
problem is
agree.
that we need a massive clear out of the squad. And we've been hearing this from freaking Ralph Ranick came and said we
Yes.
need open heart surgery. And since then, how much have we really changed the squad, right? We still have some of these players.
Yeah,
And
I think
yeah.
I think that was actually what Amorim was doing, because all of us were saying things like we needed a midfielder, we needed a midfielder. I think the way Amorim was recruiting players, he was trying to deal with that whole mentality issue. Because take for example, if you recruit one defender and put him in the midst of your previous defenders that has mentality issues, they're going to end up corrupting that one. So I think what Amorim was doing was he wanted to tackle each department after the other. So he cleared out the whole attack, brought in new phase of attack, knowing that okay, there is no person in the attack that is meant to corrupt these new guys. So these people are here with fresh mentality. They're not thinking, okay, this person is better than me, or this person makes more money than me. When you look at that front three, the three of them are brand new. So everybody there, they're performing at their best. And I think that was what he wanted to do this January, to bring in midfield, knowing that, okay, Bruno is our best player. So all he needed was one or two more midfielders, and he's done with midfield. Then he will face the defense. But the issue with our board is that as much as they want to sign the players for the manager, they always end up trying to make this whole business signing. It's just imagine like
I
you're.
think I think the problem here is, right, to give everybody an analogy. It's like we want a cake with the icing and the cherry on top, but we started with the icing and the cherry. Right? That's the problem.
Mm.
And for me, the cherry in this analogy is Sheshko, because Sheshko is the final piece that works well when you have the rest of the team sorted out. Getting in Sheshko when you don't have a midfield makes him look like he has the game today. Right. And in the
That's
previous game, what Fletcher tried was playing Dorgu on the left, Cunha on the right, and try
yeah.
to get crosses into the box. I think we should have probably tried to do the same thing again today. Like, I don't know if Luke Shaw could have played another game at left back, but if he couldn't, you play Martinez at left back, start Heaven and Euro, right? Try something so that you don't take away from the best things that worked in the previous game. And with that being said, I want to go to Ryan. Ryan, were you actually at the game, or you just watched it with your dad?
No. Yeah, I just watch it with my dad. I unfortunately don't go to the games. Even being local, it's extremely difficult to get to United games. The season ticket waiting list is as long as your arm, and like buying the odd ticket here and there is extremely expensive. Especially they've changed it so that like you used to be able to, if you had a mate who had a season ticket and they couldn't go, you could just use their season ticket, give them some money. But now I'm pretty sure it like verifies who it is, and you have to sell it.
You
through
can
their
only
app.
give away like certain number of tickets, and if
Is
you
that
give
the
away
one?
more than
Yeah.
that, you lose your season ticket. Yeah.
I remember I know someone who frequently would give his ticket away, and he said he just can't at this point. There's so many different things that were said that I'm
You know what's
trying to
crazy though?
remember
Like
them.
somebody purchases a season ticket and now they're forced to go watch that dross. It's like the worst joke you can play on somebody that loves the club.
Yeah, because I think you have to go to so many cup games in order to be eligible for finals and stuff like that as well.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
Anyway.
so first of all, I'm going to start by doing what I don't think anyone else will, and defending Dallo somewhat.
Okay.
The biggest thing that a player can do for me is try. And like you said earlier, Dallo will always give you 120%. I am much more annoyed at players that look like they're not trying than players that are trying and failing. But also, what I will say is, I think sometimes he suffers from the fact that he does everything apart from the end really well. Like those runs that he made, genuinely, I don't think there's any other player on the team that makes those runs as well as he does. His timing and his actual instincts on when to run in behind are amazing.
I agree with that. I've seen him. That's why I thought he did well as wingback, right? Whenever he played as left wingback, you remember the
You're
Wolves game.
touching on my
So many
second
times,
defense.
so many times he makes the run at the right time. But I'll tell you what, Ryan. I think that is you're going to find yourself on an island with that point a little bit, because the problem is it's not good enough to just do one thing well
No,
on
of
the
course.
football pitch, right?
I do have two other main points. The first is that I think he suffers from what I would call like a Swiss knife effect, similar to how McTominay did for us. he is the player that is willing to do whatever the manager asks him for and try and do his best at it. He's been playing on the left wing back all season and being asked to cut in on his right foot. Suddenly he finds himself out on right back, being asked to go wide and cross in. With any job, if you're doing something consistently, you get better at it. And as soon as you then switch, you start to make mistakes. Like, you could see that he was trying to cut in like he would if he was on the left wing back position, but he's on the right back. So I think he suffers from the fact that he just does what he's told somewhat, rather than like being allowed to do what he's best at. And then I think the other thing, I've lost my last point now. That's annoying. It was what you said. Oh no, I remember. It's the fact that I wouldn't want to sell him. You mentioned selling him purely because that point that I just made just now makes him a great squad player. If he was your second best right back and your second best left back, and you could fill in either of those roles and play how he did today, where he wasn't great, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Dalot went and had a great game. He didn't. But if that was your backup, you'd look at that performance and be like, yeah, he did okay.
No, so here's the thing, right? I've been saying the point about the backup for the longest time. I said it today, even during the watch along. My problem with Dalot is that as a club, we put all these lofty standards of like not good enough, the coach is not good enough, right? I made that example about comparing Ruben Amorim to Glasner and Iraola. Like Iraola and Glasner both went out of the EFL Cup yesterday, or the FA Cup yesterday, right? And he did it to Macclesfield, right? I saw an Instagram post of like 5 players who are part-timers there, right? Yeah. There's one guy who was like a highway, the captain of Macclesfield was like a highway officer or something in the UK. And so I'm just sitting here saying, if Glasner does that for United, he gets pelters, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I look at Glasner, I see so many similarities with Thomas Frank in terms of the soft-spoken, like, Scandinavian dude, right? That he's not Scandinavian, he's Austrian, but you know what I mean? Like, he's got the Scandinavian vibe about him. And just like, you look at him and you're like, yeah, your country back home has good healthcare, right? You grew up with good healthcare in your country. So I'm just saying, like, he's going to look like that. And then he's going to come and be uninspiring in the press conferences, right? And we're going to see somebody who might struggle. I'm not saying he will be bad. I'm just saying that's not the type of profile I want to go for now. I want to go for like go big or go home, somebody that can hold their own, somebody that is the biggest dog in the club and that can slap around Wilcox and Vavell every time they try to get their mouth.
I think that's the problem, though, I don't think Wilcox and Vavell are going to want that personality that comes in and slaps them around, obviously.
But I think Sir Jim will want Sir Jim will want him. Sir Jim will want that personality.
He tries to delegate, doesn't he, Sir Jim? He doesn't try to sort of dictate to the footballing people what they should do. So I can't see him stamping his foot down. It all depends on who wins between Barada, Wilcox, and Vavell, who survives, I guess.
Honestly, I don't think they're going to sign any manager that is going to come in and have that kind of personality or that kind of control, because they'll be proving Amorim right. That was why.
No, they don't care. No, listen, they don't care about being hypocrites, though. Like, you're giving them too much credit. They don't care about being hypocrites at all. They will do exactly what you're afraid they will do, which is they'll come in, they'll give 10 times more power that they gave Amorim to some other guy. I'm telling you, they want somebody like Tuchel to come in because they can't afford to get another appointment wrong. Because if they get somebody in like Glasner and it fails,
they're getting it wrong. I still think
I'm not saying I want Tuchel. Tuchel's not my number one guy, right? But I'm telling you that's the profile that they're looking at.
It's just insane. Yeah, he has the best PR team in football. Sorry, I'll let you speak in a minute, United DNA. Just really quickly, how can any manager go to PSG and Bayern Munich and not win the league and be considered a good manager? Any one of us could go to Bayern Munich and PSG and win the league. It's a joke to not win the league with those teams, and Tuchel managed it at both of them, not just one. He is a terrible manager. I made a joke in the Discord. I would have Fred the Red as manager before I would have Thomas Tuchel as the manager.
And then won the league with Chelsea. Let's put the big caveat there. Won the league with Chelsea with Mount in the midfield.
And he also won the Champions League.
He did it one time.
The guy you rate. Let's be clear. This guy is clearly better than Fletcher, I heard you
Well,
talk Dallo. Like Dallo has, we've seen enough of Dallo, not just this game, multiple seasons where he's been subpar. If
Do me
we,
a favor, Andy. Just go on SofaScore, go to
Yeah.
Dallo's page, go to career, and show me the average ratings.
oh my god, this is
No,
Can I
but
say
what-
this is
something?
what we're
No,
gonna
no,
do
do
now.
it.
Oh
We
my
run off,
days, man.
I just
tangent off.
just humor me.
Before we run off to this Dello tangent, can I say something about Sir Jem? I think we've been able to see that he has this sheepish leadership about him, where he wants to delegate the tough decisions to other people so that he doesn't feel like he has to make them. Because I mean, he bought the stake. He says he's in charge of the footballing structure of the team of the club, but all the decisions are being made by other people, and he was only talking about he's only having
I
interviews.
disagree, Arthur. It might seem like that. I think he's making all the decisions. He was the one who wanted a back four. He was the one pressuring Wilcox to get Amarim to change. So all that anger that I showed towards Jason Wilcox and Vivell when he got sacked, that was just the club doing PR spin. It's actually Sir Jim who's been doing all of this. And even above Sir Jim is Gary Neville, who's sitting there and pooping straight into the mouth that is Sir Jim. I know that's a very vivid analogy, but I'm sorry, I have to do it. Like this is what's happening. Gary, he listens to Gary Neville. He's like the newspaper that Sir Jim opens every morning. He listens to Gary Neville and does exactly what he wants. So now you will see why United are more likely to get down to Salford City's level than we are to get to Man City's level. Right? You want to talk about Manchester clubs we want to be like? We're going to be more like Salford City than Manchester City.
Andy, if you don't
I
mind,
guarantee you.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about positions that doesn't change. Okay, let's be clear. Even if Wilcox goes, Barada goes, they're going to put in other incompetent people. I've followed enough of Nice to go, this isn't going to change. So I'm going to start talking about the one main thing. We have way too many crap players in this squad. They need to be moved. If they were following the 2-season rule, Dallo would have been gone by now.
Yeah.
Dallo has won one good season, Ryan. By the way, I thought he was excellent one season. Yeah, no, I don't need AI metrics. I don't like AI tests. 1 second. I'm looking eye tests, bro. How many times in this game he had 2 good chances that he squandered because of one? You could see he panics. Deer in headlights, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Every single
why
time.
do other people not get those chances? Because they don't make the runs that he does.
Honestly, I don't really think we have scrap players. I'm still saying it. We have a mentality issue, and this mentality issue starts from the contracts. Take for example now, look at Cunha. Everybody's saying Cunha is this, Cunha is that, but I can tell you what is affecting Cunha, and that's exactly what has been affecting all our players. When we sign a player, and you offer a player the type of contract or the type of money that makes them feel like maybe after this contract expires, they are good to go. They are good with life. They might not really push themselves that much. And to make things worse, they come into the team and they check the people that are their competition in that position, and they actually see that they are better off. They're better than those people. Or maybe you see some other person on the team that you're putting in more work than, but the person is making more money than you. You're gonna end up being like, okay, I'm not the person making the most salary in this team. In this position, I'm the best in this position in this team. So I can wake up, play as I like, not be bothered. That's why you see most of the times our players will leave, they will go to another club, even with a less salary, not guaranteed starting position, and they put in more effort. They play better there. People will say, oh, the league is slower than Premier League, this and that. But these are the things that affect these players. That was why I said Amorim was trying to cut all these things out by each department. Because if you say you want to do, the only way United can fix it is like in one transfer window, they sign 11 players and ship out the whole 11 players. That's the only way they can fix it. Or they start making these players understand that it has always been a privilege to play for Manchester United. So, for example, now in this summer now, where you want to make new signings now, what you can do is You go into the summer transfer market, you find the right targets that you want to sign. Do not offer them ridiculous contracts. You sign someone for 5 years, 6 years. Their current salary where they are is 40, 50,000 pounds. You go and offer them 4 times, 5 times that salary. How many times does Real Madrid or Barcelona do this, can make this kind of things? Not Real Madrid, they would rather spend, or maybe Barcelona or Liverpool, they would rather spend a higher transfer fee and give you a lower contract. Look at Ousmane Dembele at PSG, the current world best player. They are trying to offer him a new contract, but even at that, they are trying to make sure it is still within the squad value, not to create chaos, so that other players will not, maybe Bakola or Due tomorrow will wake up and be like, okay, maybe I'm making 200k and Dembele is making 400k. I'm not going to put in as much effort as I used to put again. If we lose, everybody's going to call the highest earner on the team first before they will mention my name.
So I'm kind of lost here. You said Real Madrid, and Real Madrid,
Real Madrid do the opposite
salaries.
thing. Yeah, they do the opposite thing. Nelson, 1 second.
Go on.
United DNA and Amarim, I'm just gonna recycle, get 2 new people in. Okay. If there's
Okay.
more time, I'll bring you guys in again. Thanks for your thoughts. We'll just keep it moving. And let's bring in Freddie, and let's bring in Raphael as well. He's been waiting for a while. Go ahead, Nelson. Sorry, you were saying.
So I was looking at Ryan's love for Dallo, because I'm Ryan. You know, I've got
exaggeration.
I've got love for you, but sometimes, let's be clear here, some players are just garbage. Okay, like not because of here's why I'll concede. He looks like a good player. He has all the attributes that make him look like a good player. There is a good player there somewhere, but we have had enough time with him to be clear he isn't good. When he left Milan, we thought we were getting a clear, good attacking fullback. The total number of assists or goals, GA, let's just go with a simple metric, GA. His highest ever in one season is 5 total GA. That's even when we had people like Ronaldo in this team. Like, he's just not been good enough. And I look at him and I just go, he was young. He's now 25, 26. He needs to be moved on. Let's try someone else. And not just Dallo, by the way, a lot of these guys. We've seen with Ugarte, not good enough. We've seen with Casemiro, if he had better legs, he should have stayed. Like, for sure. If he had just a little bit more, maybe as a rotational player, I can hear Casemiro staying. But his salary is too big. What was the Amarim guy's name? I apologize. I didn't see his name. But what he said is true. We do need to adjust people with high salaries. Move them out and unless your name is Bruno.
But Nelson, we can keep going, right? We can keep going because there's Xerxes hasn't been good enough.
Xerxes, yeah.
Luke Shaw hasn't been good enough in terms of his length. He should have been fired the second they got in.
100%.
Right? Because of how many games he's played. In 11 years or something, he's only played 300 games after Bruno.
Yeah.
Or 12 years, right? So Luke Shaw's not good enough. I would argue if you're holding that same bar, Martinez isn't good enough because he gets injured too often. Right?
I like Martinez, but I hear you. Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I'm saying that we're holding that standard. I mean, obviously you get rid of the other names I said before
first.
Martinez.
Yes.
Right? But Martinez isn't good enough. We've talked about this like throughout the season. And now, where's De Ligt?
Another one.
Injured.
And Maguire.
Yeah.
Maguire just came back. The last game he played was Liverpool.
But I'm going to be honest. Maguire did look... Here's a good thing about Maguire. Attacking-wise, you're going to get output. Actually, you know what? Let me hear from Freddie B and Toby, because they haven't said a thing. I'll shut
Freddie,
up.
let's start with Freddie, then we'll go to Toby.
What's up, Andy? How are you?
Good, man. How are you? Introduce yourself. First time calling in, right?
Yeah, first time calling in.
Your voice is very low, though. Let me see if I can adjust something from my side. Yeah, can you say something?
Yeah, check 1 2.
Yeah, the checks are failing.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's nothing. Let me see what the problem is, and I'll get back.
Yeah. Okay. Toby, go for it.
Yeah. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are good.
Are you speaking to us from the beyond?
No.
Because there's an echo in your voice.
I don't know why that is done, but let me get my AirPod. Give me a minute.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. We'll just go to Raphael. Raphael, your thoughts? And looks like Raphael can't hear us.
Fantastic panel.
Going well. Going well.
Yeah, no audio from
It's
two
your
of them.
fault, Nelson, because you're like, let me get these guys in.
But please, Ryan. Okay, what do you like about Dallo, Ryan? Just so that I understand maybe your point of view.
As I say, so the biggest thing, he works hard. He's always available. He's only on 85 grand a week, which is actually another one from what you've mentioned, which is, again, as a secondary option, I think he is probably, if he was our secondary fullback and not our first, he would be one of the best secondary fullbacks in the entire league. Because
I agree.
He's good aerially. He's one of those players that I very rarely think he gives you more than a 6 out of 10. But I very rarely think he gives you worse than a 6 out of 10. Like today, I get it. He missed chances, but they're not,
Freddie's mic.
For me, the be-all and end-all for a fullback. But yeah, it's, as I say, it's the Swiss Army knife effect. It's the same reason I used to like Scott McTominay when everyone else hated him. I thought that he would play in a ton of positions for you and always play well. I mean, he played in centre-back for Scotland, but anyway, I digress. I'm going on to McTominay, not Dallo there. But yeah, I just think he is far from the worst offender. I think, put it this way, if we keep Dallo and we get in another fullback who's better than him and he gets benched, I have no problem with that. But the best part about it for me is Dallo is that personality that will knock on the manager's door, say, what do I need to do to get my spot back? And when that manager tells him, he'll work 150% to try and do it and make that fullback you've got keep his spot.
But do you know why I don't like this guy?
Able to fall back. They'll have someone that if we got a fullback in who half-assed it and didn't try as much as they should, then he'd take the spot because he would.
I hear an echo.
Yeah, so do I. I'm not sure.
It's Raphael, I think.
Oh, I saw Raphael's face then. Like, oh no, was it? It was, by the way. I'm not sure what happened there.
So but the thing
I'm
that
muted. Sorry, I'm muted.
You're muted. Yeah.
Let's move on from the Dallo conversation because I don't think his family talks about him as much as we do.
Yeah,
I don't think his family has gone to SofaScore to
it.
look at his career average rating to defend him ever before, by the way. So that's a new one.
That's it. I think he's sorry, last little thing. He's a player that transcends the eye test. Like on the eye test, he looks awful. I get that.
Bro, that's the first test you see, so the eye test happens before the stats come up. But anyways, listen, valiant effort from Ryan. I guess we didn't really have much to talk about. So to be fair, it's not like we had 10 other things to discuss. But yeah, look, I'm just saying Dorgu has shown me more in one season than Dallo has ever shown me. Okay, and Dallo's been here for how many years? Right? Because we were ready to write Dorgu off as a left wing back, as a right wing back, or whatever. And he was our best player outside of Martinez probably today. Martinez was doing a lot of the attacking load.
Yeah.
Dallo did win player of the season 1 year.
What's that?
He did
yeah, in a season where we finished 8th and the manager was hanging on by a thread.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I just mean the whole.
I think that's what Ryan likes is that he has that one decent season.
No, it's not.
I don't want to bring this up. But
we're done. We're done with the
Dallo thing.
You guys can both go into Discord and have all the conversations you want. But Raphael, go give us your thoughts on the game.
Wow, I'm hanging on by a thread too, Andy. I'm hanging on by a thread. In terms of hope, I have no hope for. I'm not interested in what the players did tonight, or Fletcher. It's irrelevant for me. I think those players did well, but they're not Man United players.
Yeah,
Fletcher did well, but he's not good enough. But I'm not going to attack them. We've got to attack the people above them. We've got to keep attacking the people above them. That's where the problem is. Gary Neville and Jim Ratcliffe coached a defeat today. Gary Neville and Jim Ratcliffe coached that defeat.
Yeah, agreed. do we just end the show there? Because I think that's about all we need to discuss. Because to be honest, I got nothing else to say. Because you guys watched the watch along, like I was the most positive I have been. Even when Amram was there, I don't think I was that positive, right? Because I'd be upset, I'd be showing some emotion about us conceding the goals, blaming the players. Today, guys, I don't think some Viagra would help me get it up for this team, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I just can't do it. Like the minute we sacked Ruben Amorim, I knew what was gonna happen for the rest of the season, and it took me a few days, but I fully processed it. Like this is where we are, and that's why I'm not getting upset, right? I feel like if you're getting upset about something that's not in your control, that's on you, right? That's just a general policy in life that we should all adopt. Like this is not on us. In fact, even us signing Ruben Amorim wasn't on us, right? We didn't decide to sign him. The board did that. They went and signed somebody that they felt was, let's say, a forward-looking coach that could actually help us do something and get us back to the top. And now we're sitting here saying, they sacked him. They didn't really consult us when they were sacking him. This was not a democratic decision. And the club is not run in a democratic way either. So why are we getting worked up? That's my question, right? That's my primary question.
But the only positive thing I would say, just so that it's not all doom and gloom here. Like Fletcher wasn't known for his like tactical ability.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Like they added Johnny Evans in them just to kind of give him more flexibility. And let's be clear, this game, he messed it us. Like he messed everything up. He tried a system that just was completely confusing. We went 4-4-2 diamond, flat 4, 4-2-3-1. We tried everything without a clear plan. Or maybe this would have taken a long time for us to execute. And it's showcased. I'm now happy that they will not be assessing him as a next coach. That's the only good positive from this. At least now getting the guys who've had a proven track record of being decent coaches.
Nelson, this club is unmanageable. Whoever you get in, maybe perhaps the exception of Ancelotti, because he's the arch diplomat and he's got talent. This is an unmanageable club.
But Ancelotti doesn't want to come here if he wants to maintain his.
I just said I'm not expecting him to come, and he probably doesn't want to come here. I wouldn't want to come, but
can we just
this
do a
club
mic
is
test
unmanageable with one exception, perhaps.
Yeah. Let's do a mic test on Freddie. Let's do a mic test on Freddie. Then we'll come to Toby. Freddie, can you say something?
Yeah, I do think it's all good now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sure. So. Oh, by the way, I'm from South Africa, by the way. Great to be on the show.
Yeah, nice to have you, man. Nice to see you.
About what Raphael said about not like the players just like... I felt like today, the players were just playing, to be honest. There was no structure. Like, what I actually wanted to see was how they were off the ball. Because it is all easy being on the ball, but being off the ball, I mean, like I couldn't even see any defender press up high. There wasn't a point in the first half where we actually won the ball back in, like where we actually sustained an attack, which is something that we usually did. And I cannot necessarily put that on the players, nor can I put it on Fletcher, because I feel like how we played today was a representation of what the boardroom kind of looks like at this moment.
Freddie, there's two problems still. There's a slight hum in the background, and you are at 200% volume, and I still can't hear you. So please do me a favor, see if you can go fix your mic, and I'll bring you back on, or we'll just talk next time. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. But let's hear from Toby. I think Toby's voice was okay. Toby.
Yeah, I was saying I agree with what Raphael said the other time. It's it is on the management completely. I felt they say they want to win, but they don't act like they want to win. And just like I said, the club is uncoachable, not because of the players. The players are They are variables basically. You can switch them out, you can bring someone else in. But because of the management, you had something that was working, and because of your egos, you just threw that away. That's a management issue. It shows that like you're supposed to improve on the team and you chose not to improve on the team. That's a management issue. It's like until the management get their act together, this team is not going to get better. The team, regardless of whoever you bring in, if you're bringing in the Pep is going to want to bring in his players. They don't seem to want to do that because they didn't do that with Ruben Amorim, and I don't see how they wouldn't do that for him, and then they want to do it for someone else. Because even some of the players that Ruben has brought in now, they a different coach probably would not want those players. So if the board is not going to get their act together, if they're not going to bring in quality players for the specific coach that they want, then there's no way it's gonna work. Regardless of whether you say, oh yeah, the board of directors are gonna like pick the players, they're gonna pick the system and whatever it is. The player still has to match the system. They have to match the system of the coach. If you don't like if you don't have the players that match the system of the coach, then what is the coach gonna do? You can
Toby.
say adapt, 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 but even
There's a super chat, guys. From
Yeah, go ahead.
there are two super chats actually from the same guy. I didn't read the previous one. Apologies. He says, look at Fletchy's comments in the post-match interview. Obviously, I haven't seen the interview yet, so if you want to share the comments, we can look at it. He says, United DNA lads are pretty quiet about Fletcher subbing off defenders for defenders when we were 2 goals down in the 82nd minute. Must have been an Amorim problem.
To clarify on one thing Toby said, the system that
I
we're
think
trying
it's a
to
psychological problem.
Rafael, 1 second, let me finish. When you look at the issue we've
I think
had,
these
can Rafael hear me?
you have to develop.
Yeah. I just
Yeah, no, the issue we've had is previously, prior to INEOS, I can't imagine, this might sound like I'm defending INEOS. Please remember, I hate them. But the system that they were trying to implement is what other teams do. And one of the things that I was hoping for is a clear identity. So even let's say we move on from Amorim, we would know the next coach that we're going for. Like when Brighton got rid of Graham, they knew exactly who they were going for next, De Zerbi. Then after De Zerbi, Hertzler. And if you look at their football, even though it was different, elements of their game were somewhat similar. High energy, high pressing, all these kinds of things. The way they played football was clearly different, but the elements were the same. So I'm actually going to say this. I liked the people they brought in. Every single person they brought in, from Dogu all the way to Shashko. I'm not going to count the Ugatas exit time. I'm accounting from Dogu going forward. Those players I all liked.
Since Amorim came in.
Correct. Since Amorim came in, I liked every single player they brought in. And even all the players they moved out, I'm okay with that. So the only thing that we need is now a clear identity on which coach is coming up. And if you see similarities, if we go from Amorim and then you bring me Xavi, I'm going to start looking like, what the hell are we doing? One's playing transitional football, the other one's playing possession-based football. Those two don't mix. So I want to see a clear goal, a clear identity.
No, but Nelson, the truth is that a possession-based coach doesn't even work. Like Amorim is actually a possession-based coach. He played possession football in Sporting the same way that Ten Hag came in and said, I can't do this. I have to go back to transition. Amorim didn't quite abandon his philosophies. He was just trying to adapt and get up to speed. Like when he first came in, I think he was trying to play possession football. The Europa League final, we tried to play possession football. But this season, he completely adopted a different style. He was like, you know what, going against big teams, I'm going to play with less of the ball. I'm going to do long balls where it's needed. I'm going to do counter pressing where I can do it very efficiently and get much change out of it, right? Like I think against the Brighton team today, let's be completely honest, I hate doing this. I don't want to live in the past FC, but Ruben Amorim probably gets more out of that team in the formation that he wants to play. But if Ruben Amorim was still here, we would have all the same nonsense about why don't we play a 4-2-3-1? Why don't we see Menu starting? Why are we still playing such and such players here, such and such players there, right? We'd have the same nonsense. So in a way, good riddance that Amorim is gone, right? Good riddance. Because now what is, like, I genuinely wonder what is Saeed saying today? right?
I want to focus. I don't want to focus on the Amram talk. I'm talking about their style of play. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking the Xavi thing. What I meant is the pace in how they built up is completely different. The pace in how they move the ball is completely different. The way Graham, De Zerbi, and Hatzala, they move the ball very quickly. Look at that second goal. Look at how it was 2 passes, and we were cut like it was sharp, decent play. My thing is, whoever we have next, we should at the very least see similar attributes. Yes. Which is why I've been saying when I look at this team and the kind of coaches that I think Wilcox is going to go get, it's going to be either Tuchel or Nagelsmann. I don't see any of the other ones being called out, unless we pull a Zidane or something, which would be nuts.
Yeah, Nelson, what I'm
by the way, hold on. Ekno shared in the chat. He says, Fergie Blessed Fletcher said the players are clearly fragile. You can see that. So yeah,
he said that in the conference.
Yeah, I said that in the press conference.
Can we imagine if Amarim said that?
Oh wow. Okay, sorry, Toby.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is just like you said, if they're gonna do that, say, we're gonna have a system from the top, and then whichever manager and players we bring in has to fit into that system. Then they brought Amorim, who is a system manager, which means that is a system that you want to go with. Because if your definition is we're gonna have a system, and then you bring in a system manager, what does that mean? That's a system you want to go with. Then shouldn't you be able to buy the players for each system, which whenever he lives, whichever manager you're bringing in would be able to work? And was that not the entire reason why they sacked him? Because they were not going to bring the player for his system?
That wasn't quite why they.
No, it wasn't the reason.
Wilcox likened himself.
Toby, I'm just gonna get someone else in. All right. Thanks for your contributions, man. We'll talk again next stream. Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
One point I want to
guys, why are we talking about what a manager's going to do? The players can't do it. You cannot play that way with Casemiro, Ugarte, and Mainu and Cunha.
Yeah.
Cunha doesn't have a passing bone in his body. The guy is just trying to dribble 6 players and score a worldie. He's here to get a highlight reel. He's not here to play football. And with those midfielders, who are you going to choose? You can't choose any of them. Imagine being a manager and being like, oh, golly, who am I going to start tomorrow? I have to choose between Ugarto, Casemiro, and Mainbu. Golly, that's such a tough decision, right? Like, you're choosing shit of shit of shit. If it doesn't change with the players, it's never going to change with any manager. Jesus Christ couldn't come in and save this team. No, you could put all the profits together to come and be a coaching staff. We would still finish 14th.
Yeah.
And when Amada and Mbumo are back, when Amada and Mbumo are back,
Nelson, I have a question for you. Have you relaxed your opinion that the squad is good enough to get top 4?
No.
You still think we're good enough to get top 4 as a squad?
Yeah.
Who?
We have Ahmad and Mbumo aren't here yet. Yeah,
they're gonna make us look a lot better than we are.
Ahmad and Mbumo are clearly better than Shea Lacey. You saw
that they're gonna carry us to top 4.
What are you seeing? How other teams are playing? Most teams are garbage this season. There's no consistency in the league.
The problem is, Nelson, now we have players who might be better than Palace players, right?
Okay.
But they have a coach who's actually playing a certain system. I'm not saying Palace are going to compete with us, by the way. Palace are struggling with Conference League and all of that.
Yeah, they struggle with Macclesfield.
I'm just giving you an example of some teams, right? Because there are other teams out there which you're talking about. How are they playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Howe with Newcastle is better than whatever we've got going on.
Okay.
And Newcastle are above us in the league right now. So what basis are we, which teams are we going to actually displace?
I think I'm telling you, Newcastle are poor. Newcastle, if you've been watching them, it's literally Anthony Gordon carrying them. And if you get Anthony Gordon out the game, they lose that game. So to me, this is my point, by the way, boys. I'm not saying our squad this season specifically. I'm pretty sure you guys started changing once you saw how when Amram started playing and we were 6th, 5th, playing around that point. You honestly saw we could get top 4. I don't believe in Rose Senior. Chelsea might go down on that list. I don't think Rose Senior is as good as fucking
not getting
Maresca?
relegated. No, but hold on, Nelson. So I think the point we were discussing before, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were kind of saying that there's a different coach who can come in and get more out of the squad, right?
Yes, 100%.
So do you think Carrick and Ollie can be those guys to get more out of the squad? Because Ollie
No.
Ball was basically what you were saying. we want to
Carrick
go for it.
Carrick might get top 6. Ole were top, I don't know, 13th.
Carrick and Ollie. Carrick and
So
Ollie.
why
are
do you
just
still have
here-
the confidence? You're saying that those coaches will actually make the players look even worse than they are? Is that your point?
No, I'm saying no. You're you're Google. I'm saying Carrick is good enough that we will play
So Carrick gets us top 4.
top 6 for sure. Carrick takes us top 6.
Yeah.
I think
Carrick-
to defend Nelson, I think what he's saying is that the team has the quality to get top 4. I don't think
Yeah.
he's saying that he thinks we're going to get top 4 from this point.
No, exactly.
Okay, I thought so.
The squad
say,
is good enough for top 4, but
Within
we're
actually
not.
5
Yes.
games. Within 5 games, I could genuinely see us being in the bottom half. With the
If
5
we
games
lose to
up, you know,
Arsenal and City, it's going to be bad. Yeah.
and then we'll
Yeah,
probably
but-
lose to Tottenham.
But whatever
Fulham,
manager we're
maybe.
bringing in is here to contain the fire and not put it out.
Exactly.
We gotta be
That's
honest with that.
and that's my point here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Any coach we're bringing in isn't to make us better. It's to just hold us till the end of the season.
Yeah, so
Otherwise,
we're
we're bad for
basically
bad
saying
coaches.
that we're okay with another the bottom half of the table. Like bottom
So-
half of the
so
table.
this is how it
they're
is.
saying. Yeah.
We're Leonardo DiCaprio holding onto the door. The door is the players, and then Rose is Glinios. So that's all it is.
That's actually a really good analogy when I think about it. But at first I was like, where's he going with this?
Let's just
Anyone want to give us a rendition of the Titanic song? Shaylin, he's hiding his face because he's got to defend INEOS again.
Is that Shay? Did he come up with that name himself, or did you give him that?
No, I
No,
did
he came
because
up
of
with
his
himself.
comments in the presser. I was like, yes, this is the type of drama I
Where's
need.
your camera, bro?
No,
haven't
I'm
seen this,
doing
so please
something else.
tell
I'm doing something else. I'm out today. But this is the drama that I need. I need to make sure that like our press conferences are still elite. So at least I have something to look forward to in the games because this was dreadful today, man. Like, it was bad. But yeah.
I'm gonna say this once and one time only. United DNA, okay?
United DNA.
I got all of the chants out in the last watch along, but honestly, guys, this is what Sir Jim wanted, and he got it. Listen, as the owner of a club, if I had that kind of money and I owned the club and I wanted to just give the job to Paul Scholes, who didn't last two weeks at Oldham, I should be allowed to do that, right? And that's what they've done. So
Can
this
I
is
just
where
say
we are.
something to Ryan?
Yep.
I got mines. Sesko, baby.
To be fair, just to clarify one thing, he was dreadful today. He scored.
Oh, he was
dreadful.
awful. He was awful.
Yeah.
But I still scored. It don't matter how it goes in.
Actually, going off of the Gary Neville rating system, when Sheshko has a good game because he's linking up well under Amram, the first time he went in on Sheshko was after he had a good game. I still remember. You can go see the video on my channel if you want. But he didn't score or assist. And in this game, he scored, but he played like crap. So according to Gary Neville, Sheshko's looking much better since.
God, can we not talk about that guy? That guy is not intelligent, and he has proven it on multiple occasions. I don't know how he was as good of a player as he is
There's a lot of
because he
them.
cannot see anything.
He's the
who are we talking
Voldemort to this club, though.
Yes. Who's Harry Potter though? I don't know. I thought
We
it was
don't have
Emmerich,
one of
but I
those.
don't know.
Nobody survived. He got taken
I'm trying
out.
to think who the boy who
this,
lived.
this is the version where Voldemort takes over, right?
The boy who
I'm
lives
gonna-
is fucking Dallo.
Somebody said Dallo is the Vecna of United, bro. Come on, you're giving him too much importance. He's not the Vecna. Vecna is like Sir Jim.
Open
And
heart surgery
actually,
still.
I don't even know who Vecna is because Vecna needs to be defeated, and I don't think he will. So, anyways. But yeah, guys, when you get to Stranger Things metaphors, it's time to hang it up. Give us anyone want to predict what's going to happen in the City and Arsenal game? I want number of points from those two games. Ryan.
0. None.
Okay. Moving on.
Put it this really quickly. If we have anything better than a -5 goal difference, then that is a result for us.
I agree.
Also, really quick before we pass on, I just want
From
to
the
say
two
one
games
thing.
combined, or just one of the games?
Just the 2 games combined, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, really quickly before you move on, I just want to say one quick thing. I think that playing Shea Lacey today in such a high pressure environment, it showed when Amarin was questioned and he said Lacey. Why would I put in Lacey in that kind of situation? It showed it perfectly. He lost his head. I feel so bad for the kid. The referee had no choice. It was clear descent. He had to go walk. But watching him as he ran down that tunnel with his head in his hands, I am terrified that is going to break the kid. I hope it doesn't. But yeah, I felt awful for him.
Well, you know what, Ryan? For every Doctor Strange scenario where you can see Lacey losing his head and ruining his career, he only needs to look at 8 out of 10 players on the pitch today to be like, you know what, I'll be fine. So I think the players are stepping up. The senior players, they're stepping up and being like, I'm gonna make sure Lacey's okay, and I'm gonna play like shit today.
I hope so.
So Ash, how many points are we getting for the next 2 games?
I think 1 point, irrespective of the goal difference, is a big result out of those 2, based on the load of crap. Forgive the choice of words that we saw today. These are two teams with established systems, established goal scoring methods, and they love to beat us. So I don't have high hopes.
Oh, and they're gonna put the knife in and twist all the way around. Right? It's gonna be a multiple stabbing situation. But Nelson,
if we don't get Carrick in Monday morning, we're getting battered by Arsenal. And that's a bad game, because that means
City first, bro.
I don't. Oh, okay, sorry. Man City were losing regardless. Okay. Let's just. We lost badly with Amarim. A coach given like 4 days to prep would still lose to Man City. So my Arsenal thing is, if we get battered by Arsenal, who can't even fucking create, boys, it's a wrap. So I'm with Ryan and sorry, I didn't catch your name. But Ash, 1 point is actually decent for those 2 games.
So if we get 1 point and we have a -5 goal difference, that means one of the teams is battering us 5-0.
That's fine. That's more than what we got. Amarim lost both, right? So
yeah, but the goal difference there was 4, right? -4 from those 2 games. And to be fair, the City game was like the 3-0 probably flattered them a little bit. We weren't going to score a goal, but the 3-0 did flatter them, and so did the 1-0 for Arsenal. So both teams,
we should have won.
We probably should have won.
We played better for sure.
But Shaylin says, "Pray for Nelson."
Listen, can I just say one thing? I got a get-rich-quick scheme. You go interview for the United manager job, and you just play nice, and on your first press conference, you just say, "Oh, they're shit. They don't want to buy me any players." You get sacked, you get all the money in the world. Like, crazy, right? Anyways.
Speaking of get rich quick, I think that's what Ollie and Carrick are trying to do.
Yeah, I think so too.
If we lose badly against City and Arsenal, does anyone here think that they're beyond sacking those guys?
No.
Trying to get the next guy in?
Can I just add something to Ed? Ed, in the stream earlier, you said we should make a list of the amount we've spent on players under INEOS and what the results have been. Can we please add how much we have spent on sacking people under INEOS to that list?
30 million pounds. That's the number.
It's ridiculous.
So everybody they made redundant and lost people all those jobs, they spent on sacking managers.
Yeah.
No. They spent more, Ed. They spent more. I'm being so serious. They spent more. The sacking the people was cheaper. Or actually, it just brought in less money than it was to sack Ten Hag and Ashworth.
We spent like 12 million on Ten Hag.
Yeah, we spent like 12 million on Ten Hag and like 6 million on Ashworth and like 14 million just now on Ruben.
So all those people we made redundant got fired for no reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, I haven't looked into
100%.
it, but they probably had to pay off the redundancies as well, right? They're a future saving and not at the time. Like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure at least
there's severances
in the
attached to
UK.
those
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And I think we
got rid of 40 scouts.
I think we get battered by City, and I'll never say we lose to Arsenal. Dog shit club.
Yeah, fucking
top of the table. Fucking losers.
yeah,
don't
keep
even
saying
play
that,
football. Fucking
yeah,
volleyball
baby.
players. Fucking set piece merchant ass motherfuckers. 0 XG from open play. Yuck Lesnar's fucking dog shit needs to go fucking touch his hair somewhere. fucking dumbasses, fucking center back FC, dog shit creators.
All right. We got Poppy PK watching, okay? He's gonna go tell his mom.
Ed,
So-
well, how do you react when Gyökeres scores a hat trick against us?
Brother, you will never hear from me again. I do not have. I cannot take that much shame.
Yeah. Anyways, Shaylin, we haven't heard from you, bro. We've gone real quiet since INEOS been moving crazy.
We're gonna get 1 point, and I
From
do.
which game?
Ironically, Arsenal,
Let's go.
because
The
you know
The problem with that
they
is-
won't get
This
anything.
is
against
just a group therapy session.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
'Cause I swear to God, yesterday or 2 days ago, Ed said we're getting 6 points from City and Arsenal. And he's already changed his mind.
Listen, after what I saw today, brother, we might even have -3 points. INEOS might do some dodgy paperwork and we might get deducted points. Who knows?
You know what? They're trying to give City the deducted points, and they're just like, you know what? United are so shit. Let's give it to them instead.
10
And
points
they'll
from
just-
Everton.
they'll just do that. But anyways, dude. Algorithmic Dream says, Ed, I just unblocked you, brother, for that rant. So you're getting some fans now.
we all feel the same.
Yesterday was to make one fan. He made one fan yesterday, one fan today. So like now,
he's moving
now
up.
we're chilling. Ed's the president.
Ed's a good lad. He just gets angry. He yelled at me once, and then
Oh, that
we
was
made
so
out
childish.
on Discord.
That was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
childish.
I saw them making out in the corner somewhere. So they're
Yeah, and you wished you could join, and we rejected you. So
Sure, I'll take that. I'll take that out. But guys, that's it for us. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't ask me. Like what my prediction is.
Yeah, Andy, what's your predictions? Go on.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be really pissed if this happens. I think we're getting 3 points from one of the two games, and it's gonna be the most scammy performances you will ever see. Because these players, what they do is they turn up for the big games, right? And all we need is realistically Mbumo, Ahmad, Bruno playing well. Cunha suddenly turns up, which makes Šeško better. Because let's be honest, he'll pass the ball to Šeško, which means he's having a good game. And then we'll have the fringe player like Dallo choose that to be his good game, and we'll just win one. And Pep Guardiola will be sitting there thinking, what am I doing in my life? Like, who have I offended in a previous life to lose against these fucking idiots? You know what I'm saying? Because I think Arteta probably figures out a way to outscam us. You know what I mean? Like the 0.3 XG type of victory. Like they have enough quality players to win it. And set pieces as well, right? Like today, that first goal might as well have been a set piece goal, the way it was bouncing around in the box. I think that's what happened. So I actually think we'll get a win out of those two games. I don't necessarily want us to win that way, but I'll take the 3 points because I don't want the season to be a write-off. I would honestly rather get into Conference League than not have anything.
Brother, our best chance to win is for a team to get 6 red cards against us and have the match.
No, that's 3. That's 3. I think 3 isn't 3 red cards a forfeit or 4.
Yeah. We'll find out. we'll find out against City.
I think the United players will do it first.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm going to make an early crazy.
Do you guys think there's a 7-0 on the cards? Like, just curious. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but do you think it's a possibility that we just have a head loss and some team just batters us?
7-0 against City, yes. I think so.
Andy, I don't think they need a head loss to batter us, let's be honest.
No, but like, listen. I hear you. The Liverpool game, if you go watch it, it's a full head loss. And Liverpool got 7 goals with less than 3 XG. So everything they were shooting was going in the net, right? It was just a thing, like I'm saying, like collectively, we must have all come together as a fan base and like done something really bad in a past life to deserve that 7-0 against us. But, you know, hey, maybe Liverpool keeps Slot for another 10 years and that'll be our revenge.
If we vacate the midfield like we did today, we are getting battered.
No, but we are then.
With Semenyo? With Semenyo playing that game?
Bro,
holy.
We have one guy that doesn't vacate the midfield, and it's because he can't. He doesn't have the legs to do so. So he's the only guy you can play there.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. Ugarte?
That's the thing, though. Like Semenyo. Sorry, go ahead, Ed.
No, you go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think Semenyo does well against us because he will want to prove a point to the board.
Yes. Yeah.
He's going to be out for it, I think.
No, but
Of
there's
the-
like Foden and Haaland don't have a point to prove to the board, so they're gonna have good games too. Like we've seen those guys get hat tricks in the same game, and then we scammed our way to get 2 goals at the end of the second half. That's why I finished 6-2, right?
You know what football needs to go back to? One more thing. You know what Inter used to do? If you lost 2 games in a row, you didn't get paid a week.
Oh.
UK employment law would have a field day with that.
So
Hold on, what happens if you lose 4 games in a row?
you don't get paid, brother.
And
And then Mario Balotelli,
yeah.
Mario Balotelli went into the owner's office and said, "I want to get paid, or I'm not playing." And then they started paying the players again.
Oh.
Just so you
I
guys
didn't know
know.
that.
So how
So
effective
stop-
is the strategy really? Now I'm confused.
It was pretty effective until Mario Balotelli spoke up.
Yeah, but that's not the guy you want leading any movement.
But you can sell it to INEOS as a way to save money. They'll jump at it.
I don't even want to talk about them anymore. I can't even put their name in my
Anyways,
fucking.
guys, we'll end it here. We're running out of ideas. It's clear. We'll see you guys. I might do a 10 p.m. stream today. We'll see. But most probably not. Just wait for the post-match video. I don't even know what I'm going to say. I was going to talk about Lacey and how excited I am, even if we lost. And then he went and got sent off. What am I going to do, bro? But anyways, we'll see you guys. That's my headache. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
See you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See ya.